It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hold it ready.
Touchdown. Light him up here. Play like a team.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The Texans at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Stroud now on 2nd down. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First and 10, it's Pierce. A gain of 3, 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Stroud steps away. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders.
Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
The Texans send the punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, this defense for the Texans much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
If we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. Not the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays.
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. In motion, Hill. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Give left side for Pierce.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff looking right.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Okay, break.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Escaping the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Dolphins. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now for the point after. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Come on.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stroud. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
His first touchdown of the new season.
and the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play action. Here's Stroud. He'll buy some time right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing in cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, and they That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And out of bounds right around the 20. 41 yards rushing there. 8 carries for him so far. And they gave himself options there on the 3rd down play. They're looking for that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They go again with Pierce. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. John Mechie, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 69 yards. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try... Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Texans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
I think this will work out very simply because he estimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Second and 13. They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be third and 13. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And quickly, they get to the line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! From 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, they intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll come out throwing here on first down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TV. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Looks like one of the DBs has it.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there. I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Hand off left side, Pierce.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
He's got Mason complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll let this go for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Mills.
He finds his man complete. It's Mason. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.